All right, college football playoffs. Alabama, Michigan. I'm taking Alabama. They're just too fast, too strong, too athletic, too explosive. Michigan, for the third year in a row, will get blown out in the college playoffs. Sad to say it, but it's true anyway. Remember this: when a team first starts off a season, by the time the end of the season is here, a team has either gotten better, or they pretty much stayed the same, or they've gotten worse. Alabama has gotten better since their game against Texas. So please remember that, okay? We're talking about today. Who's better? Alabama wins this game, and it won't even be close. Now, I will say this. Illinois, years ago, with Juice Williams, went and played at Ohio State. Juice Williams played the game of his life. I'll never forget that game. He will never forget that game. Anyone who watched it will never forget. Every pass he threw seemed to be perfect. Every receiver caught the ball. Every play they called was a success. It truly was the game of his life, and they won. The only chance Michigan has is if J.J. McCarthy has the game of his life. And you'll know it because when it happens, there's no questioning it. Even the person who doesn't know anything about football will say, who is that player? He's having the game of his life. Everything he throws is magical. That's the only way Michigan can win this game, period. Mark my words. What are the chances J.J. McCarthy has the game of his life? That's the question. Texas, Washington. This is a very good matchup. It would not be a surprise if Washington won. It would not be a surprise if Texas won. This one is flip a coin, honestly. Flip a coin. Both defenses are horrible. Both offenses are capable. So the bottom line is it's going to come down to whose defense will be the best between the two. That team will win the game. So the question is, can Washington's defense be better than Texas's defense? That will be answered when they play this game. If I had to pick a team to win this game, I'm going to pick Texas. Not because they're just so much better than Washington. Like I said, this is as evenly a match game as there could be. So whoever wins, I'm not surprised. I don't gamble. But if I did, I'm not betting on this game. If I gambled, I'm putting all my money on Alabama. So, Alabama wins, and then Texas or Washington. I'm taking Alabama. Alabama's going to win a national championship. And here's the funny thing about that. Alabama fans, tell me how right I am when I say this. This will be the worst Alabama team that has ever played in the college playoffs. This will be the worst Alabama team that ever wins a national championship. And that is no joke. This Alabama team, compared to the other Alabama teams, is pathetic compared to those teams. It's not even close. So the question is, how is it possible? How can the worst Alabama team win the national championship? Well, look at the competition. There it is. There's no other team who's going to be able to beat them. Georgia, they have a brand new quarterback. They lost some players on defense. Can they really win 3 titles in a row? Well, they didn't. Extremely difficult to do. They failed at that. So, Alabama, they beat them. Now they're in the playoffs. And they're going to win a national championship because Michigan is just too slow, too unathletic, not explosive. They're going to get blown out for the 3rd year in a row. And there's nothing they can do about it unless J.J. McCarthy has the game of his life, which, are you going to bet on that happening? I wouldn't. And I know people will say, Texas beat Alabama. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I believe that Alabama is a better team today than what they were on that day. I believe Texas is the same team today as they were on that day. I believe Washington is the same team today as they have been. So, when Alabama plays Texas, a lot of people will say, well, Texas already beat Alabama, therefore Texas is going to win this game. It's done. But I'll be there to tell you Alabama is going to beat Texas and they're going to be the champion. It just is what it is. With all my heart, I wish that wasn't going to happen. I'm sick and tired of the SEC winning every championship, but it is what it is. And funny enough, Texas will be in the SEC next year. And Washington will be in the Big Ten next year. So how about that? All right, those are my predictions. Let me know in the comments your predictions.